Okay, Adam. I've been looking at this and I noticed a few things. So we'll just get right to it. So we do have this seller here that like we talked about, gets his two leg pullback to continue, fails to continue, does another set, and right where you have your trade at is inside this daily range. So it's it can be done, but it's a little bit more difficult, a little bit more you have to be a little bit more precise with your read on the volumes and the story, who's in control, who's not in control, and go down to the 1 hour. Now this area here where you took or where you had your trade, since we are inside a daily range, I would not consider this a set a refresh. Sorry, because we are inside a story and we are inside a range. And for us to have a refresh is to restart a trend. And here we don't have a trend. We actually have a range. So the way we go about this is not treating this like a refresh. Um, we're going to read it from buyers and sellers. Um, see who's in control, who's not in control. Also using the V formation, indicating that there is a seller around here in this area. So on the on the 1 hour, we do have this buyer come in and here to this area, and you have this seller trying to sell. So you have both buyers and sellers at this area. Let's go down to the details. Now this is where we look at the details. Actually, let me see if you can see it in the 1 hour. Okay, there is volume here, so we want to investigate who's who does this volume belong to, and we can use that using the 5 minute. And so as you can see, it was a seller hitting it. So so let's get let's backtrack a little bit. So you had this buyer come in and into an area where sellers want to hit it. And they did hit it. They hit it with volume, high volume here at this area. So this makes it a V formation. All this is your V formation. The I guess you could say 100% V formation, where the stop hunt or the test does come in, and sorry, this thing's in the way. Um, so yeah, so once you have your V formation with volume, we could expect a test because this is the range, the FOMO, and the stop hunt. So we want to gauge the stop hunt. It's pretty aggressive from here to here. It's aggressive. So we want to allow them to buy one more time. And this is their attempt here. And that's all they could do before getting re-engulfed. And that would be your entry with your stop loss right above, taking it down to maybe the nearest SNRs. And that's all you would get out of this trade. But when it comes to trading inside a range, you have to you have to be precise with your read of who's buying, who's selling, what areas, and using the volumes to decipher what is going inside of this much bigger story. So it can be done, but I'd be careful not using the not labeling this a refresh. It's not a refresh. It's just buyers and sellers fighting at these areas. And whenever there's a seller that came in, trapped everybody here, came, retested them, and continued. So V formation, range, FOMO, stop hunt, continues. And for inside trading, trading inside the ranges, you want to take it to the nearest SNRs, and that way you're not caught selling at the much bigger SNR down here at these areas where it could potentially just run away to the next, uh, back to the top of the range. You want to be really careful. But yeah, this would have been a really good trade. Just like I said, you got to put more emphasis on the story, on who is buying. So let's write this down. Let me find the text box. If I could find it. Right here. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna highlight. Okay, so you want to be precise on the story. So how do you do that? You figure out who's in control, buyer or seller. Um, you enhance this using you enhance your reading skills with volume and key levels. And key levels are areas where the bigger players are watching to react from, because you will get a reaction from these areas. So this is how you figure out the story. um, you see who's in control, buyer or seller, and you enhance this. Like I say, you supercharge your technical skills by reading who's in control, using volumes and key levels, and you want to watch these key levels to see if they have any reactions. So where these, where the opposite party might come in and take over the story. Well, hope everything made sense, brother. Um, Good luck to you in this next coming up week. If you have any questions, ask me, man. Um, yeah, so I hope everything goes well, brother.